So today I'm going to show you how you can disable all the controls in Elementor Advanced tab. So let me just show you what I mean by all the controls. When you go to the developer docs and you are building your widget, so there's a section called the Advanced tab section, and Elementor adds it by default. So let me just go straight to it. So for example, here I just create, let me minimize this, a new project. Let me create a new project. I add it to desktop, call it Elementor widget. We add that to it so that we are going to create a quick widget. We can even use the Elementor. We can use these Elementor examples. Let's use this simple example so that we can just create a quick Elementor widget. I can just copy this code. Then I create a Elementor widget. Let me just call the name .php. So when I create this widget, I don't need to change anything. Here's the widget that we are registering. Or embed widgets is in the widgets folder. So we need to create here a widgets folder and then add the file there. OEM widget. So with the OEM widget, we are going to add the normal. Let's add the normal widget code that we are registering. Even before adding any code to the widget, let me show you something else. I'm using WordPress Playground server. So let me just start a WordPress Playground. I can go here. It will take some time, but I can forward this for you. Then let me add. Let's add Elementor because this is required by Elementor to run. It's taking so long because I'm using the reason why is I'm using an older PHP. But let me just show you. I've activated Elementor. This is the latest WordPress 6.5. Close this Elementor. And then I go to activate our plugin that we added. It's here, Elementor embed widget. I'll go to activate it. So when I go to any new page, add new page, edit Elementor. The purpose of this video is to show you how to it's taking some time, but there's been a critical error. So because this is a development window, let's just sort that out. I'll go to WP now, the Elementor widget. So let me just share with you here. So when you go to WP now, wp content Elementor widget, you'll find a debug file here. I can open it with a notepad so you can see what is happening. Why do we have that issue? Uncaught class was not found. You know the reason, so let me go and solve this issue. The issue is that we did not even start this. So let and copy everything so that we can load. And then I can go back and load this window. So that's sorted. I'll drop the file name or embed. So I'll just go embed. When I drop it, this is the widget. I've not done the rendering or anything like that. So you see the advanced tab is already there fully. The reason is this tab is there. It's because Elementor loads it by default. So I'm going to show you how we can hide all this. So for example, you don't need these sections. I've seen online you can use CSS, but they are not good. Elementor themselves, they recommend you can remove controls by this, but we need to remove these as sections. These are not controls, these are entire section. So you can even try this to remove any of the controls. I've tried, it has not worked. So we are going to code something. We are going to use a hook we shall add here that will enable us to remove those files. So let's create the hook. You can just create it right here. I'll add more details here later. So remove advanced tab sections from embed widget. Okay, I'm using Amazon Q here. That will it sometimes help me there. So we are going to write a function that will be able to sort this. So inside this function, we are going to call the element. We are going to add a section ID, and then we are going to put the arguments there. So this is an entire function, and we are going to use one of Elementor hooks for this. Elementor has a hook. I'll try to show you. So when you go to the docs, you can go to hooks. There are PHP hooks you can learn here. There are so many, but we need to go here, injecting controls. So where you are going to target. So we are going to target before section start hook. We are going to use this hook. So this one will allow us, you can go and read about it. It runs before the editor section is registered. So before it's registered, immediately we interact with it and remove those sections we don't want. So when it's registered, you can remove. You can look the way it is. So the add action will be like this. I can even just take this so that I can make the code faster. But let me just go line by line so that I can explain what we are doing. So because we want to remove several hooks, we are going to create a list of them, of what we want. But we need to identify the exact name. So I'll create a variable here that I can add all the list of all the sections I need to remove so that we can follow them there. So I'll put them in an array, and then I need to find these section details. So to find these section details, the section we need to remove, Elementor, We're not just going to type layout, motion, effects, transform. The easiest thing is just to inspect and see what this is. So when you inspect, what you're going to target is this. After the control, Elementor control, there's this section style. You see this, like this one has an underscore and then section style. This is the name of this in Elementor. So when I do Elementor section style, I can come back to our array and add it there. So I can add it there. Let me just save. And then I can put a comma here. And then you remember we were targeting, we need to loop over this list because we'll add more. If you are just adding one, you can remove this and you just go directly. But now because we are doing a list, we shall go to for each, and then we can loop through all this. Let me just confirm. It's not correct, but now here we are using this element to make sure that we can access the element directly. We're not going to do an if, but we can do an element, and then we are going to use something called remove control, and then section. Since we are using the hook, we are actually going to the internals of Elementor so that we can remove this section. So let me remove where I'm getting this remove control. Because mostly when you go to the Elementor, when you go to Elementor, when you go to Elementor, you'll not find add control. Let me just try to search remove control. It's not there. But to get it better, we shall go to Elementor GitHub. Let me just show you where I'm getting that so that it's found in Elementor. You go into includes, and then you go to one of the bears. So here is where our widget base is created, but there's a control stack. Let's first look into that. We see if we shall find the remove control. It's not there, but here you have a remove control from stack method. Actually, it's here. It's remove control, it's here. So this one is, we can find is that it's remove controls from stack and register an existing control and remove it from the stack. But it also works with the section. I found and I realized it works with the section. So because Elementor uses add control to register the sections that are in the that are used all over in the advanced tab. So we just added one. Now we need to make sure we add the action. So here we'll do add action. And then I can go back and check the add action, how they were mentioning it. Element before section, and then you can add the name of your action. And then you can just, let me just use this one. The name of your function, and all will be good. So we can add that, and then here you can just replace this with the register, with the remove. Instead of typing, let me just copy it and place it here. So when I do a save, it's already registered. I can go back to my widget. So this one is the one that we are going to remove. So let us see if it will go. all we need to do is to reload the page. And then you can go and check it in the advanced tab. You see it's not there. The layout was the first one. Now it's been removed. Believe me, I've searched online for the solution like this. I've not found. So this is something that if you're encountering and looking for a way to remove these advanced tab sections, you can follow along and make sure you remove. So for example, as we want to remove this motion effect section. So I'll just do an inspect, go here, look for element control, and then this section. Now there's a difference here. This one does not have an underscore like the other one had. So we can just pick it up the entire. And now we don't need to add an underscore. We'll just go back to our code and then add it there, so that we can even go and see if the motion effects is not there. So I can reload and I go back. Motion effects is not there. The best thing about this is that it removes it entirely in the file, so that it's not there. It's not just hiding, because I've seen a CSS where you can hide them, where CSS which is easy, but now this one is gone. So you can even define your own advanced tab section using this. Over to you.